What's up everybody, Trinity here, and welcome back to the 2nd Street Marvel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about this kind of rumor about Black Widow that has been going around out there here over this past weekend. We heard that Kelly Thompson was going to be having some announcement to make here on Monday, and lo and behold here, we got a story dropping by IGN, as well as, you know, a trailer dropped on Marvel Entertainment's YouTube channel where you can go and check that out. I'll make sure I leave links down in the description here where you can go watch that trailer that they had just dropped. And in the comment section, I will leave a link to this article by IGN. Now, what this was is, like I said, over the weekend, it was said that Kelly Thompson had an announcement to make for something new, getting ready to come up with a collaboration with Marvel Comics. She has been writing for Marvel Comics for quite a few years now. I take it. I'm not really familiar with all of her work, but she has been writing the current version of Captain Marvel, the current series going on of Captain Marvel, and she's actually writing, what was it? What was the other one that just came out? Deadpool, as of this moment. But here's what it is we've got, and you guys know I don't really like reading articles to you guys. I find it a little bit insulting, but I'm going to read some of this article, not all of it. But here we got, this is on IGN.com. It says, best-selling Eisner-nominated writer Kelly Thompson of Captain Marvel and Deadpool and rising star Elena Casagrande of Catwoman launch a new Black Widow series that changes everything. Natasha Romanoff has been a spy almost as long as she's been alive, and she's never stopped running, whether she was working for the good guys or the bad, but Natasha's world is about to be upended. Beyond San Francisco's Golden Gate lies a mystery that only the Marvel Universe's greatest spy can solve. Don't miss the heartbreaking thrill ride of 2020. Now guys, I'm not really for sure who Elena Casagrande is. Apparently she's been doing, she's a newer artist doing the art on a Catwoman series for DC, and she's coming over to Marvel to do this series as well along. And you guys know, like, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, has become one of my favorite characters in the Marvel Universe lately. You know, I've really enjoyed, I recently read this one, this Marvel Tales. This came out last year. This is kind of an anthology series talking a lot about Black Widow. I recently did my review on Black Widow Prelude comic, which I think for the MCU reveals quite a few things here for this movie getting ready to come out, and you guys can go check out that video. I'll leave it linked here as well. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was, you know, recently Black Widow No Restraints Play has become my favorite comic book of last year. This was my number one. If you didn't watch my top 10 comic books of last year, this was at the very top. This is kind of what made me really love the Black Widow character, just in the comic books and even in the MCU. I mean, kind of always liked her in the MCU, I guess. But this was written by Jen and Sylvia Soska. I'm actually wearing a Soska sister shirt right now. But this book was really excellent. I like the content of this book. It's placed in, like, with a real world scenario, things that have been going on in our real world with, like, Jeffrey Epstein and things like that. This is a very excellent book. I think anybody out there who is a fan of Black Widow or just wants to read, you know, a great comic book story that's not quite so superhero, but, you know, has to do with the real world, this is your book right here. It deals with human trafficking and just social media and some of the things going on out there in the world for real. And I think this is an excellent book. You guys should make sure that you go and check out. Definitely. I've been wanting to do a giveaway on this on this trade paperback. So you know what? I'm going to announce that here in this video right here. If you want to win a free copy of Black Widow No Restraints Play, make sure that you leave a comment in this video, and maybe we'll go ahead and do the giveaway for that. Say at the end, we'll do it on May 1st. We'll do the giveaway on May 1st after Black Widow premieres at the movie theaters, when we'll end that for a copy, a trade paperback of Black Widow No Restraints Play. I've been wanting to give away a copy of that for a while. And then recently, we got this other recent series. This was actually written by Jody Houser, who has done quite a bit of work for Marvel as well. This was The Web of Black Widow. It was a 5-issue miniseries that came out. Had some really, absolutely just some really great covers for it as well, as you can see there. I'll go ahead and show you all these great covers that were done by, I can't remember, Jung In Jun. I know I butchered the name here of the artist that did these, but just he came in and did some beautiful covers for this series. And I've actually even got a poster here on my back wall that you can see there of that as well. You can see that got that Black Widow poster there. So, like I said, I've really enjoyed the Natasha Romanoff character here in the Marvel Comics as of late, especially because of what the Soska sisters did with her in the No Restraints Play book. So, yeah, to get entered into that giveaway, you got to be subscribed to the channel and make sure you leave a comment in this video, and we'll do that giveaway on May 1st. So we're going to get back into this article here from IGN. And like I said, you guys know I don't really like reading articles to you guys, so I'm not going to read this entire article. But it says, while Natasha has remained active in the Marvel Universe in recent years, even following her apparent death in 2017's Secret Empire, it's been a while since she starred in an extended solo series. We were able to chat with Thompson via email to learn a little bit more about this book, and Thompson feels she's cracked the code for an ongoing Black Widow comic. Honestly, I think they had a great ongoing Black Widow comic that they could have done with the Soska sisters, but that's just me. Thompson told us, I think Black Widow is an incredibly rich character in that she works well in a lot of different genres, but that can also make her a little tricky. If you try to do too much with her instead of committing to a clear vision, I think you can run into trouble. I'm very interested in the duality of Natasha, so look for that to be a recurring theme in this first arc as she struggles against that and leans into it. While the Marvel Universe will be a very busy place in 2020 with the build-up of the Empire crossover, Thompson says Black Widow is designed to be an accessible standalone book. We have some high-profile guest stars, and of course some impressive villains, but this story has to stand on its own for a lot of reasons that will become clear immediately in issue 1, which starts off feeling like a classic Natasha story, and then quickly becomes quite unlike any story we've ever seen for her before. I kind of think that's what we got in the Black Widow No Restraints Play series, but that's just me. According to Thompson, that same theme of duality extends to the book's visual style. Thompson teases, something we never get to see with Natasha, a softer side, is maybe the best way to describe it. Elena is a super talent, but I think this is her strongest work to date. It's incredibly bold and confident, which is exactly what a Nat book demands. And Elena is the artist being brought on board to do this. Marvel is mostly keeping the plot of Black Widow under wraps for now, though they did indicate the first major story arc involves a group of villains forming an alliance with the shared goal of destroying Natasha Romanoff. However, Thompson says not to expect a story in the vein of Batman Nightfall or Spider-Man The Gauntlet, nor will the villains be traditional Black Widow antagonists. What I can say is that while a couple of them are the villains you might expect in a Black Widow story, there are some curveballs in there too. I can also tease that the villains have a very unique approach to trying to take Nat out, and as villains are wont to do, immediately. Ultimately, not all of them agree, and as villains are wont to. That must be a spelling error or something in there. The new series will draw at least some inspiration from the upcoming movie, as both Russian super soldier Red Guardian and Natasha's fellow Red Room recruit Yelena Belova will play a role in the book. Thompson admitted she was initially reluctant about including Red Guardian, but the combination of editor Sarah Brunstead and seeing David Harbour in costume changed her mind. Thompson said Red Guardian and Yelena were characters I was on the fence about using, in part because while the Red Room and all of Black Widow's history will be important, I was interested in moving away from that stuff. Not because I don't like it, but just because I feel we've already seen it before. But I found a way that really made sense to include Red Guardian and Yelena that excite me. So that felt the best of both worlds, especially when it comes to Yelena. I'm pumped about the development, and not just because I think actress Florence Pugh is incredible. While many Black Widow stories have dealt with Natasha's shadowy past and her often less than trustworthy memories, Thompson is adamant the new series will look forward, not back, as it chronicles the hero's journey. We've all seen it before a bunch of times in great stories and less great stories. I see no need to go there again. This story does play with memory and the very fabric of who Natasha is. But I think we're going to do it in a twisty new way that's going to be a real emotional and physical journey for her at the end of our first story arc. Expect to see her left in a very different state than where she began. Guys, like, I don't know about you. I mean, I've read some of Kelly Thompson's work in the past. I've been reading the current, Black or Captain Marvel series. I've even read, like the first issue of Deadpool. Again, I'm not largely impressed by her work. I don't think she's like the worst writer out there, but I gotta tell you guys, like, I've really taken to enjoying this character in the Marvel Universe, and just hearing this news, I'm excited that she's getting an ongoing series. I am. I really do feel that she deserves one. I mean, we got Black Cat, who I think is deserving of her own series. That probably could have been a mini series as well. Just judging what I've read of Kelly Thompson's work, I'm not super excited for it because I have a feeling like this first arc might be good. The first 5 issues or so, she's introducing the character in the world, but largely if it's going to be like the Captain Marvel series has been, it's been largely not exciting. Not anything that really hasn't been a very fun story or exciting. I always hold out hopes that something will be great. That a writer can go and do something great with these characters and tell us a good, interesting story. But if anything that I've read by Kelly Thompson in the form of just these few I've mentioned, I can't be overly excited about that. But I'm always willing to keep my mind open that these books will be good. That's what I ultimately do a lot of reviews here on my channel for, is to be excited for these books that are getting ready to come out, and these books and these stories that are happening. That's what I always want. I don't want any of them to be bad. Even when I see a series that's being written by a writer that I'm not excited about, I want it to be good. A great indication is one that I've been reading here lately. And then I can show you guys, and I'll just talk about really quick here. Has been oh man, I've got all of them out here. Is The Amazing Mary Jane. Amazing Mary Jane has been written by Leah Williams, a writer I have been pretty critical about here on the channel, but she's come in and done just a great job writing the Amazing Mary Jane book. And I've got, she's 4 issues in right now. She's got these. So far. Leah Williams has come in and done a great job writing this Amazing Mary Jane book, right? She's kept a lot of things that I've seen in some of her writing in the past out of it. There's no real personal politics in it or anything like that, and I know a lot of people feel differently about that. I'm not against politics being in comic books. I just believe the way that it's done has to be done in the right way, like as far as like when people put things in the comic books, because I feel the comic books are an artistic medium, and that's kind of what the arts are for, is to express those opinions. But again, it's got to be done in a way that's not lazy. I don't want like some of the stuff I've seen out of Kelly Thompson, even in the Captain Marvel series, is we get some of that where she's tossing some of those, and I wouldn't say necessarily a feminist agenda, but tossing some of those feminist overtones in there. And that's what I don't want to see out of a Black Widow series. That's something I don't want to see out of this upcoming series. But I don't know. Like I said, I always hold out hopes that eventually we will get a good story. Just like I said right here with Leah Williams in writing this Amazing Mary Jane story arc. I was scared at first, just based off of the past work that Leah Williams has done. I wasn't looking forward to this. I read issue number 1 and I was like, I actually like this book. I actually liked issue number 1. Then we got 3 issues after that where Leah Williams has come in and done just a phenomenal job writing this particular title. Was it this character? Was it this title that done it for her? Or did she just, hear other criticisms of her writing out there and just improved it for this book? I honestly, it's hard to say, but I got to tell you, I wasn't liking Leah Williams' work, and then all of a sudden I read Amazing Mary Jane. She rounded that corner and started to bring in some good work. And I'm holding out the same hopes for Kelly Thompson with this Black Widow series, because I don't want to see her handled in a way that I don't enjoy or anything like that. But I don't know, guys. That's just some of the news I've seen coming across today. Like I said, I will leave a link to the video that Marvel did. They did a trailer for this series just earlier today here on Marvel Entertainment on YouTube, and they also did this. They've also got a spot on Marvel.com where you can go read this article, which actually links to this article on IGN, where you can go and read the full article there. This interview that they had with Kelly Thompson. But that's all I have for this video today, guys. Like I said, let me know down in the comments below, how do you feel about this news with Kelly Thompson coming in to write the Black Widow series? And how do you feel about Black Widow as a character? let me know down in the comments below. And also, like I said, make sure that you're subscribed and leave a comment in this video, because on May 1st I will do a giveaway for a copy of Black Widow No Restraints Play, my favorite comic book of 2019. That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. If you're not already, click the bell, just do all that stuff that YouTube tells me to tell you to do, and make sure you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel. You all have a very good day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Later.